Hey students, welcome back. We are going to talk about types of bonds today. This is 3.7. We only have one section after this, but again, we're going to talk about types of bonds. So we've really typically, so far, have only talked about one type of bond. We've only talked about the ionic bond. In the future, we are going to talk about covalent and metallic, so no stresses there. So let's just jump right in and talk about our bonds. So first off, our first type of bond, the one that we have already talked about, we are talking about ionic bonds. Remember, this is an electrostatic attraction between particles. All right. So we're talking about a positive and a negative being attracted to each other. This is a very, very strong bond, but we'll talk about that down there under characteristics. This is a bond between a metal and a non-metal. All right. Characteristics. First of all, ionic bonds are super strong. They are really, really, really strong, which means they have high melting points, high boiling points. All right. All right. They tend to be solids, which goes along with those strong bonds, right? The other thing that would they say is that when in solution, which means when dissolved in water, um, they conduct electricity. We'll see that in our lab. All right. There are probably others, but let's stop there for that. On to covalent bonds. Our covalent bonds are the sharing of electrons. Sharing of electrons. Okay, this is a bond between two nonmetals. All right, some characteristics here. They are fairly weak. They tend to be liquids and gases. All right, they tend to have low melting and boiling points. Raise this up a little bit so my writing isn't so terrible. Low melting points and boiling points. Right? And that also affects it because they are liquids and gases, right? They have already melted, they have already boiled, okay? They do not conduct electricity when in solution. Sometimes they won't even dissolve in water. Okay, that covers our covalent bonds. Let's talk about metallic bonds. We are not going to spend a ton of time talking about them. In fact, this is the only time we'll talk about them. They form a sea of electrons. So what they do is all the nuclei come together, right, in the center, right? Here's all our nuclei here, kind of like that, right? And then our electrons just form a sea around it. All right, and this is with any metals. This could be multiple, this could be a few. All right, so this is obviously a bond between metals. All right, some characteristics here. They have variable melting and boiling points. All right, sometimes they're high, sometimes they're low. It kind of depends. But they do conduct electricity under all situations. They conduct electricity under all situations. Doesn't have to be dissolved. They are ready to conduct. All right. These are just any metals that are mixed together, right? They don't really care. So it kind of just goes. All right. That is our notes right there. So ionic, electrostatic attraction, covalent, sharing, metallic bonds form that sea of electrons. All right. See you on the next one.